I want to ask you because, especially at a time like this, I think that a lot of people, I have found that, stress really, really, really affects my skin. But I can't speak for everyone because I have a particular kind of skin and I have a particular solution. So I think the two things that I face in the stress of lockdown, or people losing the people they love, people having COVID themselves, it's such a combination of things: hair loss and skin issues. What are your suggestions to combat it, even though it's such a tense time and we can't remove the tension? What do you suggest, which I think was something that will apply to everybody? What do you suggest is good skin and hair care at a time like this?
So that was such a pertinent question. I know we are all bothered about life and death, but a lot of women and men who go through that come to us really depressed and sad, saying that, yes, we went through all of this and we've been through all this, but now look at my skin, look at my hair. I don't even know how to deal with it. So it is actually more impactful than we think it is. So what's happening with skin and hair and COVID? There are two things. Either it's a sign of the disease itself, especially things like, chilblains is something that you all read on the net, but that's more for the countries which are really cold, which means to say the blue tips of the finger and toes that happens with it is more a sign of the colder countries. What's happening in India is two things: either an urticaria, which means a very itchy skin, or because the skin tends to get too dry, or it is more eczema kind of reaction where the entire eyelid becomes extremely crinkly, dry, rough, sometimes even swollen. Also in the mouth and inside or around the lip. So these are something which is very, very common in India. And the hair, massive hair fall. So that's something which is also happening.
Is it a side effect of the medication also? If people have undergone COVID treatment?
Is working with the immune, right? So it's an immune trigger. It kind of drives the immune system crazy. So that can also go against your own skin and hair. Two, there is a lot of inflammatory change by the disease itself. So again, inflammation is bad for skin and hair. We know that. There is also a lot of oxidative stress happening to the body. That again is bad for skin.
Can you explain what oxidative stress means to everyone?
For example, when you breathe, when you eat, there is chemical reactions happening in the body, right? So while chemical reactions happen, some oxygen which is released during the chemical reaction can be active oxygen, which means to say they lose one electron. So they're like a rowdy. So they just keep jumping and then they can destroy everything around them.
And that's what happens to our skin as well.
Yes, but while you're in a disease process, it becomes a lot more. The disease itself causes stress. Your body fighting the disease causes stress. Your body needing a lot more nutrition, lot more chemical reactions to be able to fight the whole thing. Your immune system reactivation, all these leads to a lot more oxidative stress than a normal life. So there is oxidative stress. So at the end, net, three things are affecting. One is the disease itself. And like you rightly said, Shruti, it's the medicine also. So medicine, the oxidative stress and the inflammation. How do you then take care of all of this? Whether it is hair or skin, it is affected. How do you take care? One, please eat well. So what my for the front line, working in the government hospitals and hospitals who are taking care of COVID patients always call me and tell me, they keep asking me, Rashmi, what can we give patients when they are discharged from the hospital? We really want their skin and hair to be all right. Then when I dig a little deeper, they say it's so difficult to even make them eat in the words. One, there is no smell because of the disease.
Oh, so they don't have taste?
Yes, they have no taste and they have no smell. They're not eating. And then they're isolated. And then they're depressed because they can't meet family. Who feels like eating? And then it is hospital food, it's not the house food, you're not allowed. So people are not eating. So that brings down the nutrition level big time. Even if you're at home with COVID, you're isolated, right? Then again, you well. So therefore, the nutrition is big time compromised. While anyway body is needing more nutrition, you're not giving it enough, not even the regular dose. So then eat well, whether it tastes good, doesn't taste good, just eat because you need to eat. So that's my eat. And then, of course, you can resort to a few supplements depending on what your body might need at that time, whether it is a hydration, antioxidant, anti-inflammatory. Please make sure those supplements are put together by your doctor. or you can also choose depending on talking to some experts. So this is what one needs to do by and large. And then simple habits, like even while you're, kind of recuperating, I know there's going to be achy, breaky, fever, tiredness. Use a moisturizer, simple moisturizer,
Yes.
all legs, hands. Use that. Simple, good old oiling habits. Oil your hair. Do not
I
massage.
swear by that. I tell everybody, hair oiling. I tell everyone half an hour before a shower. I
Yeah.
always put our oil in my hair, even if I can't massage it in my scalp, in my ends, and that's what's helped my hair. Otherwise, as you know, in our line of work, it's being ironed, it's being blow dried, it's being tonged, it's being sprayed. I mean, you could go bald very quickly if you didn't take care of it. And so, definitely.